In the past 5 years, I've managed over $1 million in paid ad campaigns, and I found something very interesting. There's a pattern. There's a pattern that can basically dictate whether a business is going to succeed or not. And there's 5 ad metrics that you need to look at that will make you understand whether your ads are performing or they're not performing. And it's not the algorithm, it's not the season, it's not anything else. In this video, I want to go over exactly what these metrics are and how you can use them to your advantage to actually make right decisions in your marketing and grow your clinic profitably and reach the right people. So let's get into it. I hope this video is going to be valuable for you. I want you to imagine that you're driving a car, okay? And the engine light goes on. Would you keep driving until the car breaks down? Or are you going to take it to a mechanic to understand what's going on? Obviously, you would take your car to the mechanic, but you're not doing the same thing when it comes to your ads. And why? Most clinics look at their ads, they see that results are slowing down, but they're not stopping for a second to understand what's exactly slowing them down, because there are patterns and there are things that make them slow down. Problem is that most marketing agencies are not going to take responsibility. They're going to blame external factors to keep you guessing and saying, oh, wow, it's the algorithm or it's the season or there's some sort of external factor beyond their control that prevents them from getting your results. And when there's an external factor, that means it's not their fault, which means you need to keep running with them because there's nothing they can do, right? No, it's always their responsibility. And it's never the algorithm. It's never some sort of external factor. There's actually patterns, as I said, and I want to show you what these patterns are. Before we dive in, I want to give you some sort of layout so you have clarity as to what we're going to go over. We're going to go over the 5 critical metrics that you must track for your clinic. We are going to see how to identify bottlenecks in each and every step of the funnel, and we're going to give you actionable solution to fix each metric. So let's go. Okay, so we're going to start from up and we're going to go to bottom. Okay, so from the start of the funnel, of the marketing funnel, and then we're going to go down to the deepest metrics, which are closes and actually bringing in patients. The first one is cost per lead, which is at the top of your funnel. When this number is high, it indicates issues with 3 main things. 1, your ad creative is not resonating with your audience and making them believe that you can solve their problem. Your messaging is not congruent and does not address patient pain points, and your landing page may not be good. Okay, a thing to note is that if you have a higher cost per lead, that doesn't necessarily mean bad news. If your lead quality is good and you have good responses and people are booking consultations, that's completely fine. The problem begins when you have leads that are coming in. There's a high cost per lead or low cost per lead, but the leads are not good. That's when you need to understand that you need to fix something. And again, the things that you need to fix most of the time, there's a fly here, is that your ad creative is not resonating, your messaging does not address pain points, and that your landing page may not be good. Okay, it's not the algorithm, it's not the targeting, it's not any of these things. In the end, marketing is based on psychology. If you get the psychology right and you make people believe that you can solve their problem, then they're going to trust you, go to your landing page, leave details, and book a consultation with you. So that's metric number 1. The second metric that you need to look at is your landing page conversion rate, okay? So if people click on your ads but do not convert into leads, the issue may not be with your ad, but it may be with your landing page, okay? The thing is, a pro tip to note here is that there's always congruency between the ad and the landing page. If there's no consistency between these two, then your conversion is not gonna be good. Okay, now I want to make it simple for you. So here's a benchmark for you to understand whether your landing page is performing or not. You want to have a 10% conversion rate at least. If your conversion rate is below 10%, that means that there's a problem with your landing page. And usually the problems are these: unclear messaging or inconsistency between your ads messaging and your landing page's messaging. A weak hook. Okay, and what's a hook? The hook is the first part of your landing page, what people first read when they go into your page. If the hook is bad, if it does not resonate with their pain and it's not consistent with your ads messaging, then people are not going to keep on reading. Poor mobile optimization. You want to make sure that there's good loading times and that your page is nice and clean to go on, because if it's not clean, it's ugly, and it's hard to read, then people are not going to keep reading. Another thing is weak or unclear call to action. You want to make sure that they understand exactly what's the next step that they need to take. They have a big bold button to press on. They have a form that's easy to see and that it's completely easy for them and simple to leave their details. Before we continue with the video, I want to give you an immensely valuable resource that is going to take your business sophistication level to a new height, okay? I have reverse engineered a marketing funnel of a clinic owner that's making $100,000 selling ketamine treatments, okay? It's a 15-minute training in which I'm going over everything in his marketing funnel and making you understand exactly what he does good and what he does wrong, in my opinion, and what you can take from it to your clinic's marketing. I'm going over his ad angles, hooks, and emotional storytelling that drives qualified consults. I'm going over his landing page structure and offer formula that converts cold traffic into booked patients. I'm going to go over his pricing strategy and upsell flow that turns $29 consultations into $3,000 $2,000 treatment packages. And I'm also going to explain why 95% of clinics fail with their ads, Facebook ads, TikTok ads, or whatever ads, and what this clinic does right. So if you want to get this resource, all you need to do is click the link below, sign up, and it's going to be sent straight to your messages and your email. Okay, so metric number 3 is bookings/consultations set. And you need to understand something very crucial here. Having leads is great, but if they don't book consultations, then it's not doing anything for you, your pocket, or helping them in any way. And there's a huge bottleneck that you probably don't know, and that is speed to lead. Okay, and especially for clinics like yours, calling people as fast as possible is insanely crucial. And beyond that, I want to show you an insane study that has been done by Harvard Business. Okay, they found that contact and qualification rates drop dramatically in just minutes, in a matter of 5 minutes. And they continue to decrease more and more as the hours go by. And for your niche, it's even worse because when somebody is depressed, the chances of them taking action are extremely low. So you want to make sure that you call them as fast as possible and book them as fast as possible, obviously in business hours. It can be extremely hard to call leads within 5 minutes. So I want to give you a couple of tips. Tip number 1 is, again, call them within 5 minutes in business hours. And if you cannot do that on your own, hire somebody that their whole job is just to call leads as fast as possible. Okay, it's been shown that if you call leads in the span of 1 minute of them actually leaving their details, your response rate and closing rate is going to go up by 391%. I'm not making this study up. You can search it up. It's been proven. If you can't call, or if you don't want to hire someone, which I extremely encourage you to do, you need to at least send them a personalized, this is not how you write personalized, a personalized message with a booking link for them to book with you. Okay, and what do I mean by a personalized message? I'm going to give you an example for our clients. People, when they leave their details, we ask them how many medications they take and what their insurance is. So in the first message that we send them, the automated message, we tell them, hi, this is XYZ from clinic, and I saw that you're taking X medications and that your insurance is XYZ. And we ask them if that's correct. There's a 90% response to that. And why? Because we sent them a personalized message. We just want to start a conversation with them. And when they do respond, we send them a booking link to book the consultation, and it works. So I highly encourage you to do the same. Last tip is that after they respond, you need to send them a testimonial right off the bat to build hope in them so they don't get cold. Again, you need to understand your patients are going through depression, anxiety. They're not having the best time, obviously. So you want to do the most obvious thing, and that is to build hope with them. Because if they have treatment-resistant depression, there's a very low chance that they're going to believe that you can solve their problem. And you want to build as much proof and hope as possible and make them understand and feel, okay, feel is the key word here, that you're there for them and that you can actually help them. So from all the things that we talked about up until now, this is the most important one and the one that most clinics miss. If you integrate this correctly, you are going to solve so many of your problems you don't even believe. So metric number 4 is no-shows. If you're getting bookings, you're getting leads, that's good, but you want patients to actually show up to your consultations. And if you don't do that, obviously you are not going to help people and you're not going to make any money. So you want to make sure that you have a couple of things set in place. One is SMS reminders. You want to send texts basically every single day before the consultation. Send a text message 24 hours before and 2 hours again before the appointment, and also in the morning of the appointment itself. Another thing that you can do is send them email confirmations, basically the exact same thing as SMS but in emails. The last thing is actually calling them 24 hours before the appointment and on the day of the appointment itself to make sure that they're going to show up. Now, I want to give you a couple of pro tips if you really want to take it to the edge and if you want to be extraordinary with your results, okay? If you want to make them even more committed, you want to implement the following things. 1, send a personalized video the day before the appointment. Yes, actually film yourself and tell them that you're waiting for them at the clinic and you're waiting to help them, okay? That's extremely important. Don't be lazy. If you want to get extraordinary results, you need to take extraordinary actions. Second thing is, when you send them reminders before the consultation, don't be generic and boring, okay? Send them valuable reminders. A tip is to send them testimonials with your reminders. Send them things that are going to be valuable for them. Explain to them how to come, and explain to them what happens if they fear coming or if they have anxiety before coming. Let them feel safe, okay? That's extremely important. Let them feel safe and let them feel like you understand them. And the last thing is that it's not mandatory, but it really, really helps, is to take a credit card on file that will get charged if they don't show up. You want to make sure that they are committed into coming. Your time is valuable and you have the tools to help them. So you want to make sure that you pull all the levers possible to make sure that they're going to show up to this consultation. Again, people that deal with depression are not easy. They're going through a rough time, and you want to make sure that you have all pieces of the puzzle in place to make sure that they're going to show up. And by the way, if all of this is valuable for you up until now and you like what you're seeing, we help you implement all of these things in your clinic, from the ads to the SMS messages to helping you implement people actually coming into your clinic and showing up. We do all of these things for you when you work with our agency, and we only work per result. So if we do not get you results, then you're not paying us a single dime. So if you're interested, you can just click the link in the description and book a call with us. The last metric, obviously, is closes, because as we've said, the goal is not leads, the goal is new patients that you're going to heal and help. So ask yourself the following questions. Are you actually addressing their concerns effectively? Are you making them understand how the treatment is going to work? Is your pricing structure clear? Are you taking payment plans if you're doing ketamine? Are you making it easy for them to start? And the most important thing is, are you communicating the treatment benefits effectively? What people care about the most, again, I've said that many, many times in other videos, they don't care about your FDA approvals. They don't care about your insurances. They only care about if they can feel better. And if you can communicate to them and make them believe, again, a key word is believe. If you make them believe that they can feel better and live a better life, you are going to convert them into patients and you're going to change their life. You actually have the tools to do that. Last thing I want to do is give you a mindset shift, okay? A lot of clinic owners are having trouble with closing and selling because they look at it as a sales call. The thing is, you do not need to look at it as a sales call. You need to look at it as the first step in you helping them heal, okay? Because in the end, think about it like that. If you don't close them and if you do not sell them your treatment, they're going to be in the exact same place that they are right now, and you're not going to get your goal. Because in the end, the main purpose of everything that we do here is to help people heal. So if you shift your mindset into I am helping them by closing them and by making them pay me money, then it's going to be way easier for you to close. You're not a sleazy car salesman. What you sell actually has value, and unbelievable value. So if you shift your mindset and understand that, it's going to be way easier for you to sell and in the end help the people in which you actually need to help. So these are the 5 metrics, and you can see how incredibly detailed you need to be with your marketing. You need to understand every single part of it, understand where your bottleneck is in order for you to improve and actually get better results. Do you have a high cost per lead? Is the lead quality bad? Do you have landing page conversion problem? Are people not showing up to consultations? Are people just showing up to consultations but they're not getting closed? You need to understand at all times what these metrics are and see where you need to improve, because when you actually open up your eyes and understand what the metrics are, you can improve in ways that are unbelievably fast, and you can in the end heal people. Again, that's the main purpose that we want here. We're doing all of this to help people heal. So from now on, you're never supposed to think, why are my ads not working again? Instead of blaming the algorithm or the season or the hunger in Africa, you're going to actually understand what metrics you need to focus on to actually get better results. That was the video. I hope it was valuable to you. Now you have one of 2 steps to take. One, you can either download the training that I made of the clinic owner that's making $100,000 a month of me going and reverse engineering his funnel, or you can book a call below to see if we can help you reach your goals with your clinic. So choose one of these 2 things, and that is basically it.